What's up? It is week 13, day 1. It is a good day today. So basically, kind of what I said at the end of the last video, I am eating less egg yolks. Not less, but none. So I'm strictly eating egg whites, and so that opens up a lot of room for calories. And basically what I've been eating is 200 grams of protein every single day, and basically mainly fat and protein and no carbs. So cutting out this yolks actually brought my fat down a lot and my carbs up a lot. So it was regularly about like 50, maybe 40 grams of carbs a day, which is not very good. And then I would have 60 grams of fat or something, just because there's so much eggs that I eat every day. So now that that's gone, I actually have a set goal of 33 grams of fat, and I rarely hit that now. And I have my protein and my carb intake is both set at around 180, but I like to hit the 200 mark normally for protein. And now I get all the way up to 110. So I'll go over the food and then I'll go over the exercise like I normally do, but I wanted to just put that tidbit in the beginning. So for today, it was pretty basic. For the breakfast, it was 200 grams of chicken breast and then 5 egg whites. For lunch, I used my Greek yogurt with strawberries meal, and I had 110 grams of Greek yogurt, 20 grams of organic low-calorie strawberry jam, and then 120 grams of frozen strawberries. And then I ate strictly just rice, and I ate about 100 grams of rice just before I worked out, because they say carbs right before or right after your workout are how you want to set your carbs. So I'm going to be eating rice strictly, not potatoes. Potatoes is just for the camping trip. So I'm going to stick, for the carb of choice, I'm going to stick with jasmine white rice. Some people do mixed rice or brown rice. I'm just going to stick with white rice because I think I burn a lot of calories anyway. I got a pretty fast metabolism, and the immense amount of cardio I'm doing right now is enough to burn it all, I believe. And it's just to give me the energy for the workout. And then for supper, I had the broccoli, chicken, and eggs, and I'm actually able to put 5 eggs into it now. So I had 5 eggs worth of egg whites, and then 250 grams of chicken breast, and then 200 grams of broccoli. And now I will go over the exercises. So today I did all back, then all bicep, and then I did my forearms. So I started off with lat pull downs. I did 160, then I did 175, and then I did added a 5-pound weight for 180. I did 16, 13, and then 10. Then I did a normal seated row for 160 for 3 sets. I got 16, 12, and 8. Again, that's normally how my things go. I get more exhausted throughout, and it gets more tense. I do try to push through until failure, normally, always. Sometimes if I don't know how many reps I had anymore, I will just say 16, 12, 8. But I believe it was 16, 12, 8 today for those rows. Then I moved to the exercise where I have the straight bar normally, and I pull down, except I used a rope for 3 sets, and I kept that at 120 for 3 sets, pretty consistent. It was 16, 14, and 12. Then I did my on one knee, and I did 120 pounds, 140, and then 145. I started with 16, then I got to 12, and then I got to 10 on each side. And then I moved to forearms where I did 80 pounds, 90 pounds, and 100 pounds, and those are always hard because they're just till failure. I did, I think, 30 reverse curls for the 80 pounds, and then probably 20 behind the back wrist curls. For the 90s, I probably did 20 and 16, and then for the hundreds, I think I did 8 and 8. And then I did shoulder shrugs as well, 70s, and then 2 sets of 80s is 20 for the 70s, and then 12 and 10 for the 80s. And then I did, obviously, for my back exercises, I always do pull-ups throughout, just randomly, sometimes holding, sometimes just spamming them. And then I did my abs, legs straight out, knees up, and then holding the legs straight out, and then 30 minutes of Stairmaster as well. And that concludes day 1 of week 13. I will see you guys tomorrow for chest, try, shoulders, day 2. Peace. What's up? It's day 2, week 13, and it was chest, try, shoulders, and the carbs have been immaculate. My pumps are a lot better, and I have a lot more energy for my workouts, so that is going to be a real big helper for these next few 4 weeks after this week. Still crazy. I'm gonna practice my posing a lot more, and basically just get everything ready. I need to still pick out a routine for bodybuilding, which is probably really late, but that's okay. And yeah, we'll go to the food. So for the food for today, I had 5 egg whites, 200 grams of chicken breast, and then 145 grams of rice right before my workout. I did my workout, and then I went home and I ate 250 grams of chicken breast, 200 grams of broccoli, and 5 egg whites as well. I also will put a little video that I took. I bought these new egg whites, so instead of wasting the yolk, you can buy the Kirkland like egg white bottles. So that's one of the things that I had, and that was this is really helpful. So it takes a lot of the fat out, so I can have the extra carbs. Like, I believe I talked about that yesterday. Anyway, to the workout. I did flat dumbbell bench 60, 70, 80 with a 16, 12, 8 split between the 3. Then I did a incline bench with a barbell, and I did 1 plate for 3 sets, 16, 14, and then 13. And then I went to pec flies, and I did 150, then I did 205, then I did 280. And the first one, that's not right. Okay. I started with 205, then I went to 250, and then I went to 280. Mainly because I was just feeling the machine out. I haven't used it in a while, and I've been at the other gym, the place where I am right now. Today I worked out down there though, at my other gym, and I was just feeling out. 205, I just kind of went nice and slow and controlled for 20. Then 250 I did for 12, not as slow, but still controlled. And then I got, I think, 6 for 280. And then I moved on to triceps, where I did my V-bar push down. I did 160, 170, and then 180. And I focused on really going slow and controlled. I got 20 for 160. I got 17 for 170, and then 180 I got 12. And then I moved to my variation, and I did 70 and 70 and then 60, so 10 pounds up of what I normally do. And I got 8, 8, and then 10, and that was kind of just to challenge myself. I've been doing 60, 60, 50 for so long, so I wanted to go up and see if I could do it, and I just kind of had to work harder. So, but the pump was still great. And then I moved on to skull crushers, which I did 80, 90, 100 for 16, 12, and 9. And then I moved on to doing my abs as in between those triceps as well, the straight leg, knees to the chest basically, and then just holding the legs straight out. And then I did shoulder press. I did 50, 55, and then 60 for 16, 12, 8 respectively. And then I moved on to the rear delts. I did the one where you just stand on the side and grab it, and release in your arm, kind of like that, and that kind of a motion, really focusing on the rear delt. And then I was 30 pounds for 2 sets, and then 20 for the last one. I did 20, 13, and then I did 20 again on the final 20 pounds when I had to go lighter. And then I went to, then I did lateral raises seated. I did 25 pounds for 3 sets, where I did probably 25, 22, and then 18. And then that was my whole day, 30 minutes of Stairmaster right after. And I weighed about 168 pounds today. So we're going good. We're trying to get to 160, maybe 155 for show, and that would be beautiful, and I'll be cut and lean. And hopefully we'll win. All the hard work will go towards something. But I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3 legs. What's up? It's day 3, week 13, and it was legs and abs today. The food was exactly the same as yesterday, and I might keep it the same for the next 4 weeks because the carbs are really working in my favor. That extra 145 grams of rice right before my workout, or just, I'm going to talk about tomorrow I guess, but I have work, so it will shift a little bit, but I'll talk about that tomorrow anyway after it happens, because we'll see how it goes. Right now the plan is to not eat breakfast, eat a lunch at my lunch break, then go to the gym after work, so the carbs might be burnt through already, and then eat dinner after, but we'll see. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But for today I had the same 200 grams of chicken breast, and then 145 grams of rice, 5 egg whites, and then I had 250 grams of chicken breast, 200 grams of broccoli, and 5 egg whites after the workout. For the workout, it was squat, 1 plate for 3 sets. It was 20, and for the first set I did a wider stance, and the last 2 I did a closer stance. I'm just really going down slow and controlled right now for the squats, because squats kind of suck for someone that's 6'2". Maybe my form just sucks, but they really hurt my back, so when I go like 2 plates or above, it's like compressing my spine. It's easier to do when I'm heavier on the bulk, so I'm just kind of doing a lighter but more rep and more control. Anyway, for the second set I got 16, and for the third set I got 16 again with the closer grip, more focusing the quads. Then I did hack squat, where I had a neutral kind of stance, not too wide, not too centered, and then I put 2 plates on each side, and I did 2 sets, 16 and 16, and then I went to the leg extensions, and for the leg extensions I did 200 for the first set, and the second set I did the one leg after doing the reps. I did 16 and then 13 for the double legs, and then I changed it to 50 pounds for both sets and both legs, and I did 8 and 8 for both legs, and just obviously switched which leg I was starting with as well. And then I moved on to just doing something I used to do actually, where you kind of put your foot like this, like your feet, like this and like this. So I did, I guess, 2 extra sets. I did 20 with the feet pointing outwards, and then 15 with the feet pointing inwards, which kind of just hits a different part of your quad. I used to do it, I learned it from a friend, and it was a really good kind of base of how I built my quads, the base of my quads. And I just wanted to try it for the last set, because why not? It was a little bit 2 legs and then just going lighter, and 2 legs just felt needless. Then I went to the laying down hamstrings, and I did 90 kilograms for 2 sets, and then on the second set I just kind of did a drop set to about 50, where I did 1 leg and 1 leg. And for the first set I got 14, second set I got 10, and then I did each leg for 8. Then I moved on to RDLs with a barbell, 45 on each side, so 135. I did 3 sets, which was probably 16, 14, and 14. And then I managed to go to calves first, because the gym was busy and I couldn't get to my abductor and deductor, so I did calves first, and I didn't do the leg press ones. I did some standing ones, which I actually got a video of, so I'll put those in right here. I think I did all 3 sets at 210, and I just kind of make sure to pause at the bottom and pause at the top, really getting your stretch. I say roughly about 3 seconds at the top and the bottom to really make sure you're hitting your calf well and properly. Then I went to abductors and deductors. I did 3 sets. I did 80 for inwards and 150 for outwards. It was 20 for the outwards ones. It was 20, 16, 16, and then for the inwards it was 12, 10, and then 9. And then I went to 2 abs, put the bar behind my head, and had the mat laid out on the ground, and put the cable all the way to the top, and did a cable crunch with the full stack 200 pounds. I'm realizing right now I could have actually probably put the 5 and the other 5 down to make it heavier. That's okay. We will do that next time. And then the reps were about 16, 14, and 12. And then I did my holding turns for the side of the abs. I did 60 pounds, 2 sets, obviously switching for both sides. I did 16 and 16. Then I did 30 minutes of Stairmaster and that was the day. So I will talk more about my eating situation tomorrow because I start work tomorrow, and we'll kind of figure it out from there. And I will see you guys tomorrow for arms. What's up? It is day 4, week 13, and it was arms today, and it went great. My food is the same as the other 2 days, but I'll say it one more time. 200 grams of chicken breast, 145 grams of rice, and 5 egg whites for breakfast. For lunch, so basically what I did was I work a 9 to 5, so at about 1 I had lunch, and that was my rice, chicken, and eggs. And then I went to the gym after at about 6, and then I ate the 200 grams of broccoli, 250 grams of chicken breasts, and then 5 egg whites. 5 eggs worth of egg whites. And that was my calories for the day. I'm a little tired, and the carbs are kind of there to help me with the workout, but I'm working and I can't really get around it, so that's what I have to deal with. For arms today, I did the V-bar to start off for triceps. I did 170, 185, and 200 for 20, 16, and 12. Then I did my behind the back single arms 60, 65, 70 for 16, 12, and 8. Then I did my variation 70, 70, and then 60 for 12, 8, and then 10. And then I did the pull down for the biceps, which I did 165 and then 2 180 sets. Then which was 16, 12, and 10. Then I moved on to skull crushers, 80s, 90s, and 100s for 16, 12, and 8. And then I did just single arm dumbbell raises, 40 pounds, 45 pounds, and 50 pounds. Which I got 16, 10, and then 6. Don't know why, but that's how it worked out. And that was all for biceps and triceps. Then for shoulders, I did the shoulder press machine. I did 165, 170, and then 195. I can't remember how the weights go, but I'm pretty sure it was those. I did 16, 12, and 10. Then for the rear delts, I used the reverse of the pec deck, and I did 150, 165, and then 180. And that was for 20, 16, and 12. Then I moved on to just lateral raises on the cable, 3 sets, 20 pounds each set for 20, 16, and then 14. And then I did my reverse curls, which was 70 for 1 set, and then 80 for 1 set, and then 90 for 2 sets, which was probably 22 for the reverse curls, and then the behind the back is just till failure. The 280 sets were 16 and 10. Yeah, and then till failure. And then 30 minutes of Stairmaster. And that was my arm day for week 13. I was 166 today. The abs are really coming in nice. I did the little bit of abs, straight legs, knees, and then holding as well. And The abs are coming in good. My veins are popping out like crazy. Shoulder veins and everything when I'm doing the like bicep curls and tricep and stuff like that. Even shoulders, my veins are popping out. I still need to get that bottom row of abs, but other than that, we're going good. Pretty confident for physique, bodybuilding. I think I still need some practice, and I need to get that routine done as well. But I'm very busy right now because I do have a spring class, spring and summer class. So we'll see. But it's getting close. I'm getting excited. I can't wait to be fat again. Not gonna lie, skinny stuff isn't for me. I'm probably gonna continue cardio, but I really do think being fatter is just kind of my thing. But we'll see. I'll see you guys tomorrow for chest and back. What's up? It is week 13, day 5. It was chest and back. My food was the same as the other couple days. I think I might stick with this until the competition's over. And that would be 200 grams of chicken with 145 grams of rice and 5 eggs worth of egg whites, so 165 grams of egg whites. And then for breakfast I had 250 grams of chicken and 200 grams of broccoli, and then the same amount of eggs, or egg whites. So for chest and back, I started with a lateral pull down. I did go to a new gym, Good Life. It was a really fancy one, a little overpriced, but I might start going to that one because it was really nice, and why not if I can afford it. It's like $80 a month though, which is really steep, but it is semi 24 hours, and it is open later than the other gym I go to. On the weekends, that gym that I go to right now is only 10 to 4, and this one's would be till 8, which is more because I get off work at 5. I could probably get an exercise in that time. Or I might try to find a better Anytime Fitness, because the last Anytime Fitness I went to was horrible. Maybe there's one further away that I can drive to, just because 24-hour gym is just convenient. But for now, I actually don't know. I'm going home tomorrow, so I will be doing legs in a gym I have a membership for. So that's okay. But anyways, I started with lateral pull downs, 3 sets. With the weights were different, so I don't really know if I remember them, even though I just did them. I think it was 120, 110, 120 for 2 sets, 110 for 1 and 120 for 2. Then I moved to a flat dumbbell with 60, 70, and 80 pounds for 16, 12, and 8. Then I moved to a flat dumbbell, or no, flat, just regular bench, just to try it out in that gym, because why not? And I did just 1 play and then 1.5. And then I moved to barbell rows, where I did 1 plate the entire time, and I did 3 sets for 16, 14, and then 10. And I did my abs there as well in between the sets. And then I went to a weird kind of pull machine. Does the same thing, I believe, as a seated row, just higher up. I did 2 sets of that. Then I did dumbbell incline for 60, 65, and 70. Then I did my on the one knee. Believe that was 100. Then I did 100 for 2 sets though, just one each side, because I'm doing so much volume because I was just trying a bunch of stuff out. And then pec deck for the final exercise, I did 160 and then 180 for 2, and that was 14, 10 and 8. And then I went to their Stairmaster, which was really fancy, by the way. I don't know why. Their steps were huge and it was just futuristic. It even had like a tablet in front of your face that I think you could connect your phone to. But yeah, really fancy. They have a sauna in there also, and I kind of want to try to do cardio, then sauna, and then maybe I would even shower at that gym. It was really clean. But I kind of want to do that because just to really get all the water out of me and really cut up nice. But we'll see. But yeah, that was it for chest and back. I will see you guys tomorrow for legs. What's up? It is day 6, week 13. I'm recording this the day after of day 6 because I had a late night. So I was driving. I worked late and then I was driving and it worked out late. And my legs was kind of a lazy day, and it's still pretty early. You can't see that because there's just artificial lighting, but I'm just gonna go over what I did. It wasn't much. I was really lazy and I didn't get my cardio done, but today, which would be day 7, but I don't really do those anymore, I did 30 minutes of Stairmaster and then 30 minutes of bike back to back. And then I did some posing practice with a coach. But yeah, it was a rough workout. The food was the same as the rest of the week. Both days, 6 and 7, it was, you know, the rice, chicken, egg whites. Then after the workouts, it was chicken, broccoli, and egg whites as well, same amounts, because I'm just gonna stick with that for the rest. But I did 3 sets of leg extensions with the 2 leg, then the 1 leg for the first 2 sets, and then the 2 leg, and then just doing a slower, controlled, lighter weight one for the 3rd set. I will be just kind of, I was kind of doing it half-ass, not really half-ass, I was just really tired. I don't know why, I was just drained. I couldn't do anything. I did 160 on the 2 legs, and then I did 70 on each leg, and that was for both those sets. I did 16 and then 8 on each leg, and then 12 and then 6 on each leg. And then I did 175 for the last one for like 8, and then I did, I think, 100 for like 4. And then I did leg curls, kind of where you're pulling down for the hamstrings. I think I was doing 120 pounds, and I did it for 16, 14, and 12 for 3 sets. Then I did some squats. I think this was the first leg day ever that I didn't start directly with squats. I did some squats on the Smith machine, and then I moved on to abductors and deductors. For the squats, I did 1 plate, and I did just kind of focusing on my quads. and then I did the abductor and deductor for 3 sets each as well, 140 and then 155. I think it was 140 and then 155. But my energy's fine now. I don't know, maybe it's because it was like a midnight workout and I had a long shift that day as well, so it was just rough, but I got back into it. I'm looking good. The posing is being practiced very well. I'm pretty confident. My posing coach even said it was pretty good. I did do calves. I wasn't even done. I got sidetracked, squirrel. I did calves for 3 sets, 2 plates, and on the leg press for 24. I did 2 plates actually on each side, not 3 plates, because I was really weak too, tired and weak. I did 24 and then 20, and then in between the sets I stood there and I just did some regular calf raises with just on the standing there. I don't even know how you explain that, just standing there I did it. And then I did some abs half-ass kind of. And then I did like 30 seconds and I realized I couldn't do it and I went home and ate. And that was just kind of how it went. First time, but it won't happen again. I'm gonna make sure I exercise before midnight and then I will figure it out. But rough end to week 13, but there's only 4 weeks left. Bringing it home strong, hopefully for the next couple of weeks, and I will see you in week 14. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.